Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. I see you're online now. How are we all doing this evening? This morning? This afternoon, even? Yeah. For those who've just joined me, particularly on Facebook, I see that's where the majority of you are. Today we're going to be live playing Discworld. I'm just going to give it a few minutes though for more people to log in. Can I get a hello that you can hear me? Hello, Anna Lee. How are you doing? How are my volume levels doing today? You can hear me all good? No stress? Let me know. We seem to be having trouble connecting with Twitch. Oh no, we're there. I'm just going to alter the channel here that we're on Twitch. Ah, thank you. Diana Harper. I'm going to have to make that a little bit darker, I think. I can barely read it. It's a bit low. No worries. How's that? I've just turned it up a tad. Let me know. Yes, it is only 8 AM here. It's 8 AM here too. Yeah, excellent. Very good. So, what I thought I'd do before we get into the nuts and bolts of it all is first I thought I'd do an unboxing. You're right. You do rightly bring up this is an actual physical legitimate copy of Discworld. This was a present given to me by Alex Scott. Alex Scott was the genius behind the majority of our behind the scenes for Trollbridge. You have him to thank for going through 16 years worth of mini DV tapes there. And he gave this to me. I guess he wasn't using it. I'm very proud to own it. So I guess let's start with an unboxing. So this is the original box that it came with. As you can see here, it's got the delightful Josh Kirby's art on that. Let me see if I can get the focus happening there. Look at that. So Josh, of course, was doing the majority of the Discworld novels at that point. Well, he was doing all of them as far as the English-speaking countries were concerned. Let's have a look. Oh, I'm out of focus. There we go. Get back in focus there. I have robots to do it for me. Ah, 11:16 in the UK. Dear me. Now that is really hard to read the text. Just give me a moment while I fix that text up. I know how to do that. Might be a moment. Whoa. Alright. Great. Okay. Oh, thank you. It's not actually a set, although, you know, I guess I designed it as one. I've built a few sets in my bedrooms in my time, I can tell you. All right. Let's see if we can fix this this background. Let's change it to maybe 60% opacity. And let me just refresh that. Okay. There we go. A little bit darker. Make it a little bit easier to see all your wonderful words. Now it's a bit behind now, so let me just see if I've missed anything. I can't wait. Excellent. Good. Greetings from Spain. Hello, Spain. It is kind of in mint condition. I'll go through that right now. Don't invest in Trollbridge, Annalee. We made it. It's done. No more to invest in. You could invest in the future, though. I'll go into that a little bit later. All right. Jason, I'm using a DSLR. I'm using a Canon 5D Mark II. Recommissioned as a webcam right now. All right, let's go through the game, shall we? Now, the box, you take the slip off, and you get a little white box like this, and you get an instruction manual. You get a CD copy. You get I don't know what that is. Information on Discworld. We'll go through that in a second. And we'll go through some advertising there. And what have we got here? We've got a warranty registration card. Another thing where you can sign up to the Psygnosis of the game developers who made this. And we've got another offer here, but we'll go through everything for your entertainment. Alrighty. Oh, sorry. One thing I did miss out on that's in this box is one of these little puppies. Jeez. Now that's the installation disc for Discworld, and I assume all the voice data is on this. Now, because computers don't run this kind of material anymore, I've had to get this up and running a different way. But I am certainly an owner of a legitimate copy. Discworld, an introduction. Let's go through this, shall we? I'm one of those people that annoyingly likes to read everything before they play the game. Now, I've never played Discworld before. Yes, don't mind me. Occasionally I'll just be reading your chat. Yes, it was. Trollbridge was to screen at almost all the cons. For the last 7 years, I guess. We would screen it in one iteration or another, even before it was finished. Let everyone see how it was going. All right. Now, just before I start on this, you can still all hear me okay? I realise I'm speaking a bit softly at the moment, but hopefully my mic is cranked to an appropriate volume and the music isn't too drowny. A bit cruisy, this music, but until I find some appropriate royalty-free stuff, this is kind of what we've got to deal with. All right. So, forward. This is Discworld. Insert it in your drive and load. You find here wizards, dragons, heroes, and household hygiene specialists. There is danger here, but there is also cust around the place. Because Discworld is a fantasy world with a low reality threshold, the real world keeps on breaking through, but Discworld changes it. So you'll find here things that are sort of recognisable. Discworld has got photography. Tiny imps paint in the pictures. And movies. Tiny imps paint really fast. And it's even getting its second generation of computers now the old stone circles don't work fast enough. However, because it is fantasy, a fantasy world, there is some things that it has to have, and one of them is certain tendency to experience some troubles with dragons. Unfortunately, a dragon is now ravaging Ankh-Morpork, the world's leading city. Many people would consider that this falls under the heading of civic improvement, but what Ankh-Morpork needs right now is a hero. All it's got, however, is Rincewind, the wizard, whose only talent it is he's not in fact dead yet. He also has the luggage, the nastiest piece of travelware in the universe. With that at his side, there is probably no limit to the things he can fail to do. Oh, did I say he? I meant you. Beware of anyone who talks like this and carries a scythe, and remember that a loaded pun sometimes goes off. And have fun. Our friend Terry Pratchett. Alright, how are the volumes doing there? We're all doing good. We continue. Danny Sag says, I originally bought a floppy version, 20 floppies, because I didn't have the CD-ROM version. The CD version didn't have a choice. 20 floppies is mad. Ha. Alrighty. I'm just going to turn the music off because I have this horrible feeling that YouTube is going to flag it as owned by someone. I'm just going to search for some royalty-free versions, or at least says royalty-free in the Spotify playlist. Copyright-free music, okay. Inappropriate. We'll deal with this music. All right. Shall we continue? Maybe I shouldn't be folding the spine like that. I mean, this is in pretty good nick after all. All right. Introduction. Welcome to the Discworld, a strange land, a fantastic land, a land where death doesn't actually lurk around every corner. He certainly has your home address and might drop in for a few drinks or the odd vindaloo now and again. Based on Terry Pratchett's hilarious Discworld books, this game uses familiar characters and places them from Discworld stories to create an entirely new adventure. You'll be controlling the actions of Rincewind, a none-too-successful wizard from the Unseen Universe in the city of Ankh-Morpork. Holder of BMGC, failed Rincewind only real qualifications are an ability to sleep through the apocalypse and a survival instinct honed by years of fleeing in abject terror from the slightest danger. Rincewind need not face his trials all alone. With him will be his trusty luggage. Footnote. The luggage is like a runaway trunk, albeit one with lots of tiny little pink legs. It is both a convenient storage device and a convenient homicidal maniac, should one be required. But we all know the luggage. God, this music is terrible. I need to change this music. What can I do? What can I do about BGM? Royalty-free fantasy music. God, that is atrocious. The one thing I didn't figure out was the background music. 1 hour of ambient fantasy music royalty free on YouTube. Yeah, let's run something off YouTube while we're streaming to YouTube. Let's see how that goes. Now this is a lot nicer, isn't it? Alright. Let's continue. What do we got to introducing the luggage? So, moving on. Rincewind need not face his trials all alone. We've gone through the luggage. With him is his trusty luggage, footnote, which I've read. The ideal companion for any adventure involving the odd bit of carrying stuff around. Capable of following its owner through death's door and beyond, the luggage has a seemingly endless capacity for equipment, as long as you don't mind the fact that the retrieved items will probably smell of lavender. It's just one man and his luggage against the world. Granted, that world is pizza-shaped and is carried on the back of 4 giant elephants, which in turn stand on the meteor-pocked shell of the star turtle swimming serenely through space. Granted, the one man wears a tall pointy hat and has a beard which smells like yesterday's breakfast, but still, the concept has a certain nobility about it, don't you think? Now we learn. No music coming out here. You don't heat the music. Oh, here. I think hear the music. Do you hear it now, though? So you might not have heard the music while I was getting it ready. But if you still don't hear the music while I'm talking about the music, then we have a problem. Let me know. I don't know what that problem is, though. My levels are reading. Technology. Alright. The Discworld. The Discworld is a flat planet. Like a geological pizza, but without anchovies. Now, there's a line from Mort, I believe. It offers sights far more impressive than those found in a universe built by creators with less imagination, but more mechanical aptitude. It exists right on the edge of reality. The little things can break through. It exists right on the edge of reality. The least little things can break through from the other side. It is allowed to exist either because of some impossible blip on the curve of probability, or because the gods enjoy a joke as much as anyone else. More than most people, in fact. The Discworld is carried through space on the shoulders of 4 giant elephants: Berillia, Tubal, Great Typhon, and Jarrakeen. I hope I got all the pronunciations right there. It's not often I have to say those out loud. The turtle flaps onwards through the yawning gulfs of stars, pretty much minding its own business and utterly unconcerned by all the endless nonsense that chases to and fro across its back. Shell-frosted with frozen methane and pitted with meteor scars, Great Typhon's eyes are like ancient seas. His brain, or hers according to another school of thought, is the size of a continent, though which through move like glittering glaciers. While this seems to be a potentially boring existence, a Tuan, if someone found the means to ask, would not agree. For all the creatures of the universe, only a Tuan actually knows where it's going. But no. Some sages contest that a Tuan is only one of many star turtles swimming through space, and that they swim towards their spawning ground for the great mating in which the universe shall be formed, also called the Big Bang Theory. These scholars are supremely concerned over the sex of a Tuan, mostly because when the Big Bang happens, they want to know who's going to be on top. And what's great is through this instruction manual is there's actually little illustrations. I'll see if I can show you some of them. Let me get the focus happening there. So there we see an illustration of, I guess, an early version of Hex when we were discussing computers earlier on. And there's a little picture there of a Tuan and the world turtle in the corner. And lots of illustrations on each page, and I'll be sure to go through each of those. Get that focus back. Music's working. Great to hear. Alright. Probably of more interest in the habits of the Discworld is the disc itself, that planet-sized plate of land which rides upon a Tuan's back, circled by a little sun and ringed by a fairy lace of waterfall. Circled by a little sun and ringed by a fairy lace of waterfalls from overfilling seas, the disc provides a habitat for gods, men, animals, insects, and beings of the sort you normally have to drink a quart of the worst whiskey to see nowadays. The disc doesn't so much obey ordinary cosmic laws as clumsily rewrites extra paragraphs in crayon in the vague hope that the great judge won't notice the addenda. Addenda, not agenda, addenda. Basic geography. The circular Discworld is orbited by its sun, making the outer edge of the world, which are closer to the sun, far warmer than the frigid hub. Seasons come from the slow rotation of the disk. The sun knows where it goes at night, but so far it has told no one else the secret. Ringing the Discworld is a veil of waterfalls caused by the seas running off the edge of the land. Sail too far on the Discworld, and you'll find yourself drifting like a novelty tree ornament across the canopy of space. Somewhere near the middle region of the disk, we find the city of Ankh-Morpork. Varnished like a festering ball beneath the rays of the sun, it's in Ankh-Morpork that our ventures begin. Of course it does. Where else are you going to set a Discworld game other than Ankh-Morpork? Magic. Either because of, or in spite of its nature, the disc is extraordinarily rich in magic. Magic itself is associated with the 8th colour of the spectrum, octagon footnote, the basic colour of which all other colours are merely pale shadows impinging on normal 4-dimensional space. It is a sort of fluorescent greenish shadow purple. Octagon is not a colour commonly associated with paint because it tends to fade in sunlight and in extreme cases walks away. End footnote. Wizards, whose retinas include octagons, as well as cones and rods, are capable of seeing this colour as it radiates from magical effects. 8 is the most powerful number of the Discworld. It can annul or warp all kinds of magic, and the octagon is used as protection from the fruit of various summonation ceremonies. The number 8 is never spoken by wizards and is simply referred to as the number between 7 and 9. Magical fields slow the passage of light. Thus, on Discworld, the dawn comes only sluggishly, slithering and pooling into valleys and holes, while rather untidily it does mean that places such as Ankh-Morpork's Unseen University, untidily it does mean that places such as Ankh-Morpork's Unseen University retain long enough after sunlight, allowing students to catch up on a little reading after hours. Like their species everywhere, the humans on Discworld have the unique ability to see the mundane in everything, although living in a world of magic can have its own unique annoyances and challenges. For example, where else can you find farmers specialising in growing renewal plants? I'm going to turn that music down. I think it might be a bit loud on your end. I'm sorry that I'm still fiddling around with settings on this side, guys and girls. It'll take me a little while to get everything working wonderfully. That's really weird that there's no music on Twitch, because Twitch shouldn't have the ability to turn the music off. I've just turned the music up a little bit. Maybe that helps. I can definitely see it spiking on my little Duvalaki here. How's that, Zasti? Oh, and Terry, absolutely. Thank you for your message there. I'll definitely check that out after, when we're not running anything. Shall I continue? Let's. Oh, by the way, no music on YouTube. How is that possible? What if I crank it like this? Yeah, it's definitely exporting to the feed on this end. I think it's cutting out YouTube. Alright, let's try back to Spotify. We had music then, didn't we? Daniel marks around with your settings. What's this music like? Definitely not. Definitely not. Look, there's something. It's not the most appropriate music, but maybe it'll do. Let me know if it's coming through now. It's definitely not coming through, is it? Okay, this is what I want everyone to do. I want everyone to open their Spotify or whatever they're using at home to listen to music and just put on Lord of the Rings or something. Do that for me? Oh, and if you're on Facebook while I'm doing this, could you just do me a favor and just share this feed into some of the groups? That'd be swell if you could do that for me. Thank you. It'll save me having to do it myself. I completely forgot to do it. I was supposed to go, oh, let's just share this into the feed. But they should know is when you share the video into the Facebook groups that their comments won't appear here. They'll need to go over to the page to do that. But if you could share that, that'd be great. All right. Let's move on. So what did we do? We did magic. We did magic. Let's do gods. The Discworld has gods in the same way that other worlds have bacteria. There are billions of them, tiny bundles containing nothing more than a pinch of pure ego and some hunger. Most of them never get worshipped. They are small gods, the spirits of lonely trees and places where two ant trails meet, and most of them stay that way. Because what they lack is belief. A handful, though, go on to be greater things. The abode of these most powerful gods is Dun Manifestin, atop Cori Celesti, the hub of the disc. Footnote. While this may be their home address, most of the gods keep far away, being a focus for faith. Most prayer, and curses for that matter, are directed at the hub, so going home simply means answering all the mail. Most gods would prefer to spend their time consuming the odd unbeliever, Most gods would prefer spending their time consuming the odd unbeliever or turning into bulls to seduce maidens. These gods don't play chess. They haven't got the imagination. They prefer simply vicious games where you do not pass transcendence but go straight to oblivion. And a key to the understanding of all religion is that a god's idea of amusement is snakes and ladders with greased rungs. See, what's great about this is they've obviously gone through the books and taken as much information as they can from the books and put in their own little jokes here and there, like the snakes with greased rungs. I know that is a quote from one of the other books. I couldn't tell you what books they've taken from. Obviously, any book that existed prior to 1995 when this was released. 1995 was when this game was released. 25 years ago. Amazing. 25? Yes, 20. Jeez. That's nutty. Ankh-Morpork. Let's move on to Ankh-Morpork. Neatly bisected by the river Ankh, the city of Ankh-Morpork is the oldest existing city on the Discworld and known to its denizens as the Big Wahuni. It's really two cities, proud Ankh, turnwise of the river, and pestilent Morpork on the Widdershin side, although the pestilence is quite democratic and in fact covers most of the city. Democratic pestilence, God bless. The twin cities were not so much born as bifurcated. Like most other bacteria. However you pronounce that word, that's what the word is. Swelling from the river ooze like two unwholesome and best-left uninvestigated pieces of flotsam, the city has bloomed and grown with all the manic vigour and bowel tumours. Ankh-Morpork is as full of life as an old cheese on a hot day, as loud as a curse in a cathedral, as bright as an oil slick, as colourful as a bruise, and as full of activity, industry, and sheer exuberant busyness as a dead dog on a termite mound. That's another quote from Mort. There are two legends about the founding of Ankh-Morpork. Bifurcated. Thank you, Danny. There are two legends about the founding of Ankh-Morpork. One relates that the two orphan brothers who built the city were in fact found and suckled by a hippopotamus. To celebrate this, the 8 heraldic hippos line the city's brass bridge facing out to sea. It is said to be that if danger ever threatens the city, they will run away. The other legend, recounted less frequently by citizens, is that in an even earlier time, a group of wise men survived a flood sent by the gods by building a huge boat, and on this boat they took 2 of every type of animal that existed on the disc. After some weeks, the combined manure was beginning to weigh the boat low in the water, so, the story runs, they tipped it over the side and called it Ankh-Morpork. I don't recall that joke from the books. Let's learn about the patrician. Rather than suffering the autocratic, inflexible rule of a king, Ankh-Morpork allows itself to be ground under the genial hill of a dynasty of patriarchs. Given what normally rises to the top of any normal world, Ankh-Morpork has been unusually lucky in its choice of ruling dynasty. The current patrician's government technique can be described not so much as a reign of terror, but as an occasional light shower. Combining the fragile bravado of a lion tamer and the brotherly instincts of a rapid wolverine, the patrician somehow manages to keep a lid on the worst excesses of the populace. He appears to have survived by being equally distrusted and disliked by all interest groups in the city, but also by carefully not being unpopular, as every interest group is every interest group to all the others. It is true that he has banned street theatre and hangs mimes upside down in the scorpion pit opposite a sign that says "Learn the words." But this may be considered an excusable peccadillo, or possibly an amusing character trait. And once again, there's great little illustrations on all these. I feel like I've seen some of them before, but I couldn't tell you where. I can see a little later on we start getting into some of Stephen Briggs's illustrations, which I recognise from the companions, but we're not up to those yet. I don't know who did these other illustrations. Genial. Okay, thank you, Jan. Appreciate it. Genial. Learn the words. Guilds. Ankh-Morpork is the home of many of the Disc's oldest and most respectable guilds. A guild may well, in return for a tithe, oversee all aspects of a member's life, practically from the cradle to the grave, particularly in the case of the Assassin's Guild, and possibly beyond. In the case of the Guild of Priests, sacerdotes, and the occult intermediaries, sacerdotes, Sacerdotes. Yeah, what is that word? Sacerdotes. Grammar in the morning. Do it in English next. Thanks, Phil. The oldest and richest guild is the Beggars. The most stylish, the Assassins. The largest, the Thieves, although there is popularly supposed to be a Rat Guild. I've never heard of the Rat Guild. The smallest guild is, most people are surprised to learn, the Guild of Cut Me Own Throat Dibbler. Membership 1. It nevertheless qualifies under ancient rule that were changed almost immediately after Mr. Dibbler discovered them, for full guild status. Hilarious. I'd not heard that joke either. See, this is full of gems. This is why we're reading this. I've read all the books countless times. I know the material pretty well. I'm sure some of this is quite original. Sacerdotes means priest. Sacerdotes. Thieves Guild, originally known as the Guild of Thieves, and then the Guild of Thieves Cut Purses, Housebreakers and Allied Trades, and latterly the Guild of Thieves, Burglars and Allied Trades, Purse Cutting... That's the same... Originally known as the Guild of Thieves, and then the Guild of Thieves Cut Purses, Housebreakers and Allied Trades, and latterly the Guild of Thieves, Burglars and Allied Trades. Okay, so they got rid of Housebreakers. Purse cutting has fallen out of favour. The guild is given an annual quota which represents a socially acceptable level of thefts and muggings, and in return sees to it a very definitive and final ways that unofficial crime is not only stamped out, but is also knife garroted, dismembered, and left around the city in an assortment of paper bags. Not that we are suggesting Rincewind would ever take anything like that. Strictly didn't belong to him. In keeping the lid of unofficial crime, they have turned out to be far more efficient than the Watch, who could only cut crime by working harder. The Guild, on the other hand, only have to work less. Beggars Guild. This is the oldest guild in Ankh-Morpork, and also the richest, since the beggars never buy anything they can beg. Classes of beggars include twitchers, droolers, dribblers, mumblers, mutterers, walking along shouters, demanders of a chip, demanders of a chip, people who call other people Jimmy, people who need tuppence for a cup of tea, people who need eightpence for a meal, people with placards saying, "Why lie, I need a beer," and foul old Ron agreed by his fellow beggars to be in a class all by himself, if only because no one will share it with him. Such money as the beggars make, it must be stressed, is entirely obtained by 1. Begging, and 2. Not begging. 1 is self-explanatory. 2 owes a lot to what might be called the Ankh-Morpork view of social economics. You clearly don't want a lot of beggars hanging around at your wedding. You clearly don't want a lot of beggars hanging around at your wedding or other salubrious occasions, so the accepted thing to do is send the guild a small sum of money and a kind of anti-invitation, which sees to it that men with interesting running sores and a body odour that you could spit wood with do not, in fact, turn up. Oh, some of the jokes are from the companion, Danny says. There we go. Members of more advanced breaches of the guild even offer a direct debit service, whereupon on a regular basis they will debit your pocket of an agreed upon sum of money without you even lifting a hand. There we go. We've got some illustrations here, and these illustrations are definitely by Stephen Briggs. The other ones aren't. I don't know who the other ones are. Let's get some focus happening there. So you can kind of they're the coats of arms that we know from the Discworld companion, and there were some illustrations on the other pages there. We can see there's a mime hanging upside down. We can see Cori Celesti there on the left. All right, let's continue and get some focus back. Hey. Next time I'll have to set up a little light so I can actually read this very well. Let's find out about the Assassin's Guild, shall we? Yes, let's. The gates of the Assassin's Guild are said never to be shut because death is upon. I do apologise, people. It's currently 8:50 here in Australia. I am still waking up. I've only been awake for almost 2 hours now. This is still my first cup of coffee. Assassin's Guild. The gates of the Assassin's Guild are never said to be shut because death is open for business all the time. Although in reality, the gates to the Assassin's Guild are never said to be shut because death is open for business all the time. Although the reality is that the hinges rusted centuries ago. The Assassin's Guild offers the best all-round education in the world. A qualified assassin should be at home in any company and be able to play at least one musical instrument. Anyone inhumed by the graduate of the guild school can go to the rest satisfied that he has been annulled by someone of the taste and discretion, and probably a social equal. Alchemist's Guild, my favourite guild. The Alchemist Guild Hall is always new, having a tendency to be explosively demolished on a regular basis. This tiny, despised guild largely devotes itself to the aid of widows and orphans and those alchemists who had taken an overly relaxed attitude to potassium cyanide, or who has distilled the juice of some interesting fungi and had drunk the results. There are, in fact, not very many widows and orphans, mainly because women find it difficult to grow attached to people who have laminated themselves across the ceiling. The Alchemist Guild, of course, is important to me because later on they become integral in moving pictures. Fools Guild. The Guild of Fools and Joculators and College of Clowns is one of the more recent Ankh-Morpork guilds. As with most of the guilds, it is also a hospital, craft standards enforcer, fraternal society, and school. Although unlike the other guilds, it will not accept for education boys not firmly apprenticized to clownship or foolhardiness. This is a place that takes the business of a custard pie in the face very seriously. Guards. Every fantasy city needs its city guard. Unfortunately, the Self-Governing Thieves Guild has left Ankh-Morpork City Guard with next to nothing to do. Still, every fantasy city has to have its guards. Ankh-Morpork's finest can usually be found conducting rigorous inspections of the town from 9 a.m. until 12. They are usually inspecting the scene underneath their own blankets. Most afternoons they can be found analysing clues in riverside pubs and taverns. The evenings are often given over to some rigorous drunken lurching practice. You never know when it might come in handy. Now, I've not played this before, but when an instruction manual tells you the times of when a particular faction of people are going to be doing stuff, that's generally because in-game there is a time that's running. So if I need to be playing this in the morning, or I happen to be playing in the morning as far as Discworld is concerned, then I'll need to find them at the watch. If they're not there, I've got to look down the river. I think this is my theory. Like I said, never played it. All right. We're getting there, people. We are getting there. Races. Discworld is home to a colourful variety of different races. Some of the ones you may meet in the game follow humans. Shorter lived than trolls and less clever with machinery than dwarfs, humanity still manages to form the bulk of the visible population of the disc. This is simply because humans breed so well. Wow, that's cool. That didn't do what I programmed it to do yesterday, though. Part of me wants to fix that really quickly. Humans. Shorter lived than... have I done humans? I've done that. Oh, yeah. I'll do it again. I do apologise. I got distracted by the follow there. Shorter lived than trolls and less clever than machinery and less clever with machinery than dwarves, humanity still manages to form the bulk of the visible population of the disc. This is simply because humans breed so well, a survival strategy they share with rodents, cockroaches, and bacteria. Just give me one moment. I just want to... fix that. What's it that just popped up? Danny says not that clever. It's not that fancy, Daniel. It's a LucasArts style point and click puzzle game. Your time of day in real life doesn't affect the game. Boo! Alright. Trolls. Ambulatory silicon life forms with all the playful energy of a landslide. Trolls largely keep to themselves out in the wilderness. Recent downturns in the traditional wholesome lifestyle of the local forest has led a number of these creatures filtering into Ankh-Morpork looking for work. In the cold air of the mountains, trolls are in fact quite bright, almost cunning. Only in the lowlands are they a byword for stupidity. In fact, the slowness of thought is induced by the effect of heat on the silicon troll brain. If sufficiently deep frozen, a troll is astonishingly intelligent. There is nothing subtle about trolls. While they cannot digest a human being, they have been traditionally reluctant to accept this fact. And hitting another troll in the head with a rock is about equivalent to two humans exchanging the time of day. Dwarfs. Dwarfs are approximately 4 feet tall, stocky, bearded, long-lived, and with a natural attraction for mountains and mine shafts. A flaw in dwarfish nature from a human point of view is their tendency to take things literally. This is a result of their subterranean life. In an environment where there are things always ready to explode or collapse, it is vitally important that information is passed on clearly and honestly. The human language, with its unthinking reliance on metaphor and simile, is a veritable minefield. A complete morass. A fog of incomprehension. very difficult for dwarfs. Large numbers of dwarfs have been drawn to Ankh-Morpork, where they are the biggest non-human ethnic group. Usually they fit in well. All dwarfs are by their nature dutiful, serious, obedient and thoughtful, and their only failing is a tendency, with after one drink, to rush its enemies screaming "Arg!" and axing off their legs at the knee. How are we doing? We are efficiently halfway through the instruction manual. Oh, there's a heap of advertisements at the end, so we're actually a lot further than halfway. There's some further pictures there, and we're up to dragons now. That follow that came up before was really cool. If you're on YouTube and you have not subscribed to us, just hit subscribe. I'm curious to see if something comes up, because it should. I don't think anything comes up on Facebook though. Twitch, something should come up, and I don't know about Mixer. What a number of things at the moment. You let me know. Very curious. I'm going to turn the mic volume down just a tad. I can see it spiking there a little, so it's probably flattening my voice. Anyway, on with it. Weird. I programmed this. I'll show you how I programmed it. I programmed this so that it would look like this. Oh, someone just subscribed, so that worked. Okay, so I just crushed someone's subscription. That's weird. Okay, that's weird. All right. Clearly, I need to do some more programming on this. I wonder where those people are coming from. Oh, geez. Nightbot's a bit vicious, isn't it? Distinct thing on Twitch. Okay, I'm learning Twitch. That's good. Anyway, Growing Brain, I see, has rocked up there. Just a shout out to Alex. Alex, I don't know if you were watching before, but I did do a shout out to you as thank you very much for this. This is all Growing Brains are doing here. Jonas will just describe, so it does work. Anyway, there you go. There's a little mica. A little mica in the corner. Do you like that? A little mica there. Ah, other side. Hello, Belgium. All right. Dragons. Huh. These exist in two forms, Draco nobilis and Draco vulgaris, more commonly known as noble dragons and swamp dragons. There are a number of differences between the two forms, but they can all be summed up succinctly. Noble dragons are dragons as they are imagined, and swamp dragons are dragons as they have to be. Noble dragons are thought to not exist anymore. At least people tend not to believe in them, just on the off chance. Legend has it that under exceptional circumstances, these dragons can be recalled. And of course, we know this from the books Colour of Magic and Guards. If this were the case, you would probably end up with a very intelligent, cunning and cruel, not to mention slightly peeved creature. They eat meat and do not physically need to eat people, but they will do so for ceremonial purposes because such things are expected of them and they are sticklers for tradition, even if it means having clothing stuck in your teeth. Their ancestral swamp dragons, on the other hand, is a totally real, although this state of affairs is often quite brief owing to the explosive nature of their digestive system, which is very unstable. Their internal plumbing can rearrange itself to make the best possible use of its raw materials available for flame making. The drawback to this talent is that the swamp dragon is capable of exploding violently if excited, frightened, aroused, surprised, or even bored. It is prey to a whole host of diseases, including a number of only otherwise contracted by the common household oil-fired boiler. It is prey to a whole host of diseases, including a number only otherwise contracted by the common household oil-fired boiler. Oil-fired boiler. Oil-fired boiler. Oil-fired boiler. No, seriously, try saying that. You can write this, but try saying it. oil-fired boiler. Wizards. My favourite. Practitioners of magic are a class apart. At least, most other people insist that they hold their classes far apart from the rest of civilization. Founded far long ago than anyone really cares to remember, Unseen University is the one central college to which aspiring wizards are sent, much of the same way the aficionados of exotic diseases are collected together on little islands or high mountain tops. There are 8 orders of wizardry and 8 grades associated with UU, in practical terms the affairs of the academic wizardry as a whole, as run by the Arch-Chancellor and faculty. There are many other schools of wizardry on the disc, some considered arcane even by wizard standards, and there is nothing to stop anyone calling themselves a wizard of the 9th grade, except the fact that if they meet a real wizard, they're likely to end up sitting sadly by a pond waiting for a short-sighted princess with a thing about the colour green. Wizard magic generally consists of illusions, a little weather-making, fireballs, and the occasional darning of the fabric of reality. Fundamental to the use of the wizard staff, usually about 6 foot long with the proverbial knob on the end. However, more often than not, the wizards of UU are to be seen indulging in one of their real passions, eating or sleeping. Unseen University, and then we're pretty much done for introductions. For those amused to the academic life, Unseen U's bureaucracy may at first seem confusing. In general, promotion to the academic ladder is a slow and stately process as the new candidate moves from one chair to another, often brushing away the ashy remains of one's immediate predecessor. Wizards advance themselves through the assassination of their betters, which makes for a lively life for those who are obsessed with intrigue and power. The head of the university is the Arch-Chancellor. Old, cunning, scheming, and wise, his magical powers pale before his one great all-conquering ability, the ability to remove grants and stipends and unruly subordinates. The Arch-Chancellor is also warmly referred to as the Old Man, or good old AC, which is in a way the children call the school bully Sir, as they want to go home with a full set of milk teeth in their heads. Unseen University contains the single greatest library of magical tomes on the disc. Magic is volatile. A spell may be pinned to the page like a butterfly, but it still tries to escape, to have a form, to take control, to be said. In a sense, the books of Unseen University Library are semi-alive. At UU, your homework could eat the dog. All this builds up, and ambient magic can have a strange and terrible effect. Not only is it sometimes impossible to put a book down, but it also often becomes necessary to beat it to death with a very large stick. Last person to introduce is Death. The defeater of empires, the swallower of oceans, the thief of years, the ultimate reality, the harvester of mankind, the assassin against whom no lock will hold, the only friend of the poor and the best doctor for the mortally wounded. Almost the oldest creature in the universe. Obviously, something had to die first. Death is somewhat bound by the Discworld conception of his behaviour. He rides a pale horse called Binky, wears a black cowled robe, wields a scythe, tends to be a conversation killer at parties, and has a fondness for curries. Death has a very special agreement with wizards. He comes in person to reap their soul. This is a little professional courtesy which serves to set wizards apart from the rest of the world. He is the most meticulous of public servants. And once again, we've got some little illustrations there. There's Death there we see on the left, and a pile of books with a skull on top of it. That is tradition. And we saw all the illustrations on that page as well. And that is it for the introductions. There's still some more stuff in this. There's still some more writing in this. So let's just see what's going on. Getting started. Insert the Discworld CD into your computer CD drive. Well, we don't need to read all that, do we? When you're on Discworld, an introduction to the game will be shown. If you've already watched it, you can bypass it by pressing the escape key. You may then either start a new game or load a previously saved game. Using a mouse, and there is a picture of a mouse, God bless. We know how to use mice, I won't bother with that. You walking around to walk, rinse, and around on the screen with the cursor to the desired spot and click. Yeah, I know how to do all that. Interaction with tags, looking at tags, picking up using objects. Carrying objects around. This could be interesting. There are two ways of carrying objects around when you are in the game. Firstly, there is a luggage which tends to follow Rincewind almost everywhere. This faithful companion can carry a seemingly limited number of objects. Unlike most adventure games where you can just carry ladders in your pocket and whatnot, this game actually has a legitimate way of carrying everything. Hilarious. Secondly, there is Rincewind himself. Apart from his money, which, like all wizards, he is very attached to, Rincewind can only carry one object in his pocket at any one time. This can prove very useful for carrying objects to those places where the luggage cannot follow. To open up either Rincewind or the luggage inventory windows, you need only click on their tags. This is Barnum here behind the chat. Barnum has decided to say hello. You gorgeous man. Oh. And into your basket. Barnum's in his basket. Good boy. Alright, inventory window, pick up objects, put down objects, look at objects, use hold objects. Yeah, I'm sure this is all stuff I can figure out. Skills during the course of the game. Rincewind may be required to learn some skill or another. When learnt, these skills are represented by icons in Rincewind's inventory. They are used in the same way that a normal object is used. So I select a skill and I just click the skill onto another thing. Conversations. You can converse with most characters in the game. These characters often say important things which may help you to complete the game. It is always advisable to return and talk to characters at some later time. They may have some information to impart. To open a conversation with a character, you simply double-click on the character. After a preamble, conversation windows will open. This will contain icons, and we've got greetings, questions, sarcasm, anger, and goodbye. I'm sure I can figure most of this out. What's Nightbox doing? You might want to tweak Nightbox's settings. What's it done? Is it doing something horrible? Yeah, I'll fiddle around with Nightbot. I don't know what that is. I mean, I do know what it is. What it's doing is it's enabling all the chats to appear in this window here. So it's kind of important, but I'll need to figure out why it's done that. Using the keyboard. I'm not going to bother reading that, but there is a beautiful illustration of a keyboard there, which I adore. Let's just, where's the focus? Oh my god. What's with the... There we go. Love the illustration of the keyboard. Okay. Option windows. Yeah, I can figure all that out. Game controls. Yeah, we want games. Focus back, please. There we go. So seriously, Nightbot doesn't allow you to use 4 emojis or 4 dots. I will have to tweak those settings. Yeah, Nightbot is a cranky old man, I agree. Small ads. I'm sure these are going to be jokes, so I'm going to read them. Apprentice wanted. These are going to be jokes. Senior public servant requires apprentice. Free board and lodging, use of company horse. Make a lot of new and interesting acquaintances, albeit short term. Experience with a scythe would be advantageous. Sign up now. Get a job for life. Wanted. Wanted for grievous bodily harm. Suspect reported to resemble metal-bound chest with little legs. Approach with extreme caution. It may be packing. Dear God. Small gods. Sponsor a god. Give belief so that they may grow. Daily prayer will make a god more aware. Enter our lottery draw. First prize is 3 smitings of your choice. Second prize, a plague. Pick your favourite disease. Third prize is a rain shower. location of your own choosing. Experienced believers only, please. Franchise opportunity. Rat on a Stick franchise for sale. Our patient do-it-yourself kits contain only the finest of quality sticks, and our rats are guaranteed dead. For this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, send £1 to Dibbler Direct Sales. Allow up to 3 months for delivery. Some like it hot. Part-time pet sitter wanted. Experience in boiler stoking or firefighting would be an advantage. Protective clothing provided. Food heating facilities on site. Contact Lady Sybil Rampkin, Sunshine Sanctuary, 4 Stick Dragons. Aspiring wizards. Application for Unseen University apprentice intakes close soon. Following opening available. Hand Wiggle 101, Let Your Fingers Do the Work, Hat Magic Advance, for those times when a white rabbit just isn't enough. Suitable applicants must demonstrate an aptitude for eating, sleeping, and the odd bit of frog impersonation. Lost. I am lost. Please help. Contact me here. I'll wait. Assistant Librarian. Have you had experience with bad-tempered books? Do you have a proven ability of working with suborbital apes? If your answers are yes, then send your CV to the Librarian, Unseen University, enclose an unused banana. Banana. It's a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden. I can lie. All right. Then we got some ads, some old school ads there for Terry and the world. The Discworld, according to Terry Pratchett, is, God bless him, leaning on a pile of books. And then we've got some of the other auxiliary books on the left-hand side. We've got the adapted comic book of Mort. We've got the Discworld Companion by Stephen Briggs. And we've got some other stuff. Clarecraft. There we are. We got Death there from Clarecraft. Of course, Clarecraft unfortunately doesn't exist anymore. But the Discworld Emporium does. And that even might just be a bit better. Alright. Get that focus back. And last, we've got the credits. I'm going to read the credits. Produced by Angela Sutherland, written and directed by Greg Barnett. Hey, if either of those two people are still alive, I would like to do an interview with them in this at some point, maybe after we've finished the game or during the game. I think we should get them on for a chat and find out more about them. I think that'd be really interesting. Featuring the voices of Eric Idle, Tony Robinson, John Pertwee. Pertwee? I did not know that. Kate Robbins and Rob Brydon. Tinsel Game Systems, programmed by Mark Roll and John Young. Game creation, Greg Barnett and David Johnson. Dialogue by Paul Kidd. Art coordinator, Paul Mitchell. Background artist, Nick Pratt. Character design, John Millington and Simon Turner. Lead animator, Simon Turner. Additional animations by Paul Mitchell, David Swan, Warren Hawkes, Ben Wilshner, Carl D. Costa. Music and sound effects by Bob Lord. Voice sampling by Carl DaCosta, Mark Bandola, Rob Dan Devine, Richard Wright, Stephen Thompson. Additional programming by Owen Cunningham. Quality assurance by Colin Fuge, Golorm Commerce, Karen Cox. Talent casting, Angela Sutherland. Agent for Terry Pratchett, Colin Smythe. Shouting at people, Terry Pratchett. Cool. Producer for Psygnosis is Graham Stafford. Product manager for Psygnosis is Nadia Lawler. Marketing and PR USA is Alan Fogg. Playtesters, Jenny Newby, Dave Parkinson, Gary Nichols, Mark O'Connor, Mark Inman. Box art, Josh Kirby. Manual art by Stephen Briggs. Told you. And Damien Rochford. Packaging design by Keith Hopford, Mark Hillman, Richard Turner. Printing, Hasketh Solperth. Special thanks to Transworld Publishers and Artists Partners Limited for permission to reproduce the Angmorpork Coat of Arms by Stephen Player. Victor and Galans. Done. Done. How's your coffee, everybody? Let's get this game going, shall we? It's what we're all here for. All right. Let's do that. Now when I click this, hopefully the audio is set up correctly. When I was doing my tests, it looked and sounded pretty good. We should check what the people are saying here in the chat. Nightbot, yeah. Yeah, that's Barnum. That cat is Barnum. He's a terror. All right, start the game. Tell me you're getting audio. All right, now I'm gonna need to know that you guys got a whole bunch of audio there, and that you're getting a whole bunch of audio here before I progress on this. We have audio. Yes, the game audio is fine. Okay, is the game audio fine with my voice? Like my voice isn't too. Audio's good, great. Great. Fantastic. Game a little quieter. Does that mean you want the game a little quieter, or the game is a little quieter? What's the lag, I wonder? Yes, great. Alright, well I'm gonna start. You want the game audio a little louder? Okay, no worries.
In a second-hand set of dimensions. In an astral plane that was never meant to fly. Somewhere in darkest Ankh-Morpork, a sinister plot is about to unfold. Dragon good, 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 dragon good,
Brethren of the
dragon good,
three
dragon good, 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 dragon. I'll see you again next week for my usual special.
The typical Ankh-Morpork denizen.
Aye, what's where you going? See you soon. Get off! Leave me alone! Damnation if you don't clear out, so help me, Oh, just bugger off! That's better. It's on nights like this I could just murder a good curry.
The wonderful thing of hiding church and
Hands up. Who's there? Hands. Would you mind putting your hands up? Why? What's happening? It's a simple courtesy. I say, put your hands up. And you, put your hands up. What did you say? It's traditional. A well-established ritual of your actual mugger and victim relationship. You being the victim, and me being the aforementioned mugger. Now please, put your hands up. Hold on to you, what's the names? I haven't got all night, you know. Just do it, alright? Okay. I don't know what this town is coming to. A man can't even have a quiet drink in peace. Now, that wasn't too hard, was it? Now, if you'll just...
Vitrification.
Unseen University. The home of the greatest wizards on the Discworld. And one or two of the worst. Now, listen carefully. With all these rumours of a dragon... But sir, dragons don't exist. At least, not unless people believe in them. Quite. Nevertheless, with all these rumours of a dragon on the rampage, the wizards of Unseen University must fulfill their civic responsibility. We must seek out this dragon and destroy it. Yes, but how? Who? Leave the how up to me. As for the who, well, I know of the ideal person. Why don't you go and fetch Rincewind for me? The Arch-Chancellor wants to see you.
Genius. Okay, cool. Now the first thing we're going to need to do is just make sure that these volumes are still good for us, because I've just adjusted everything to a point where I would have thought it wasn't very good now. Now, you've just heard a whole heap of audio from the game, and now you're hearing audio from me talking. Does that sound about right to you? Does that sound even? I want something that sounds even. Let me know. Oh, good. Yeah. Aha! Danny, that's a very good thing. I'm about to get a cup of coffee. So if everyone's happy with my audio and happy with the audio of the game here, what's that do?
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work. That should mean me and Eric Idle playing Rincewind should about sound the same.
That doesn't work.
Alright. And my monitors here tell me that we don't sound the same, but when I do get them sounding the same, then it doesn't sound right. It's weird. I sound really soft.
That doesn't work.
But if you're saying I sound good, no problem. Alright, now if you're stuck with me this long, congratulations. Thank you. I'm about to go get another cup of coffee, and I suggest you do the same as well. If you've got nothing to do, maybe consider supporting my Patreon. I have a Patreon page. I'm actually a filmmaker. when there's no virus destroying the planet, I make films. One of those films that I made was Trollbridge, which was an adaptation from one of Terry's shorts. I'm currently trying to get my feature films up off the ground. Support me, why not? You can head to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/snowgumfilms. You can find a URL at the bottom right hand corner there. If you go to there and then scroll to the bottom of the page, you'll find a little Patreon icon. You can click on that, go through. But yeah, supporting me will allow me to continue writing my feature films and doing stuff like this. Game is now louder than you. Okay, yeah, I thought it might be. Alright, I'm just gonna lower. Okay, I've just adjusted things a little bit there.
That doesn't work.
How's that sound? That doesn't work?
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work. I'm gonna go get a coffee. If you're looking for stuff to do, check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/snowgumfilms. Thanks. Be right back.
Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Anybody home?
I'm much louder than the game now. Man, this is fiddly. There we go. That is what happens when you leave it to Rincewind to look after the game. All right, so just to get.
Hello? Anybody home?
Okay. Hopefully my audio levels are still kind of goodish. Come on. Alrighty. Where am I? Over here. Okay, cool. So just to complete the plugs, once again, my Patreon page is patreon.com/snowgumfilms. There was something else I was going to say. I forgot what it was. Wow, I really have. Anyway, okay. Oh yeah. Even if you're not supporting, that's cool. Just please subscribe to the channel, whatever channel you're on. If you're on Twitch, follow or whatever it is. If you're on the YouTube, do that. Same thing. Mixer, like we've got no people on Mixer. I was told that Mixer was a really good idea, and there's 0 people. Actually, I'm just going to check out Mixer. Maybe I haven't categorized it properly or something. Maybe we're not streaming on it. I didn't get to play around a lot with Mixer. Oh no, we're there. On total view, amazing. I didn't get to play around a lot with Mixer. How do I, no, we're there. On total view, amazing. There's no way of really putting into a category. There's no way of really putting into a category. Oh, well, learning things. Anyway, look, we're here to play the game. Let's play the game. Oh, learning things. Oh, now there's someone over on Mixer. Alright. Money. Oh yeah. I played a lot of these games growing up, so I kind of...
That doesn't work. Yes. A mysterious shape, a sinister shape, a shape fraught with shapeness. It must be a plot element. Otherwise there'd be a better label.
No, I don't have the second one. If someone sends me a copy of the second one, I'd happily do an unboxing, just like we did with the first. Let's have a look at the diploma properly.
Unseen University. Thermaturgy 101. Failed. Well, it's not little trinkets and paperwork that really count in life. I've got a really pointy hat. That's a start.
That doesn't look like it opens any further.
Yes, it's definitely an open wardrobe. A fine example, if I may say so.
Right, so what I've learned here is that right mouse click is look at, and double click on left is interact.
A snoring chest? That's novel. Well, I'll soon fix that. Nope, I can't shift it.
Okay. What else have we got? Nothing else?
That doesn't work.
Okay.
I really must do some heavy research into this bed. 8 or 9 solid hours should be sufficient.
Alright, what else has the world got? Huh. Okay. No. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's all getting very Escher.
Yes, well, art criticism was never a strong point of the University Trust. That doesn't work.
Oh, that's going to get annoying, isn't it?
Ah, if it isn't young Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Rincewind, quite. Come in. We need to talk. That is, I need to talk, and you listen.
I'm not convinced that's Rid
No
Cully.
doubt you've been hearing all sorts of rumors about this dragon that supposedly is terrorizing the town.
Dragon? As in the classic fire-breathing, city-toasting...
Shut up! Yes, pretty much. Scaly, vein, like shiny objects, that species of kidney. And what we need to do is to ensure that the unseen university is properly represented in the attempt to dispose of it. If some yokel simply slays the wretched thing without our help, the people will begin to ask just what wizards are for.
Actually, sir, what are wizards for?
Wizards are firmly behind big dinners. And if you want to keep on eating yours, you'll go and see about this dragon.
Surely, sir, dragons don't logically exist.
Shut up! Dragons exist if you believe in them. And the average man in the street does believe in them. Or at least believes in them enough to give us big rewards if they think we've gotten rid of the thing. Do you follow me?
Not really.
Shut up! Not interested in excuses. Too much sloppy thinking around here. Run down to the library and fetch me a copy of Featherwinkle's concise compendium of dragons' lairs. Once we've read that, we'll know how to track the scaly blighter down. You still here? Standing around like something unhygienic? Do it now!
Yeah, I'm with you, Heath. That's no Rid Cully. So it seems that's the plot of Guards from Rincewind's perspective, maybe? Curtains. What can I
That
do with
doesn't
that?
work.
Oh my god.
Ooh, sparklies.
Why are the curtains clickable?
You still here? Standing around like something unhygienic? Run down to the library and fetch me a copy of Featherwinkle's concise compendium of dragons' lairs. Once we've read that, we'll know. Do it now!
Yes.
As far as leaders go, the only reason I'd follow him into battle is out of curiosity. Now, with a desk like that, a man can really defer some serious questions.
Alright.
Golden thingamies. It must be good to be the Arch-Chancellor.
Alright, let's go to the library. Twiggy, I tell you, that's already irritating me. I will tell you that for nothing. That is beyond irritating already. Runes!
An old wizard who grew a beard mostly because shaving cream costs twopence a bag.
Okay, now this will give me my selections of chats. Maybe I'll tell him a joke.
Another busy day in the faculty, gentlemen?
We are cogitating.
I hope I heard that right, said in a knowing tone of voice, nudge, nudge.
Cogitating, my lad, is that process by which the wise make space inside their minds for more ideas.
You make more space for ideas by sitting on your backside sipping a cup of milky tea.
Hit him. Hit him.
My boy, ideas are normally sold by volume, not by weight.
I recognise
It's best
that
to let them
voice.
settle so you can find more room in the top.
We have wisdom and you do not. For instance, this is the action of a clever man.
What's so clever about writing down the word monkey?
There we go.
Wisdom, my lad, is never cheap.
Well, I didn't know you were selling it by the pound.
Okay. So that's sarcasm. Okay. So this must be just like a general greeting.
Good day, sirs.
Is it? Huh, so you say. What with the bottom falling out of the tapioca market.
He's off again. Past the dried frog pills.
Laugh away, you old boy valve. It's all this dragon business. That's what's doing it. Snatching tapioca out of the mouths of the deserving elderly.
Dragons? Dragons in the town? A likely story.
Swamp dragons, he means?
No, a real dragon. Not one of those little marsh tiddlers.
Poppycock, there's no such thing. Dragons only exist if you believe in them. I don't believe in them, they don't believe in me. So we're both happy.
Okay, I think that's Tony Robinson there. Baldrick from Blackadder. Okay, cool. So looking at the instruction manual, this is greetings. This is sarcasm. This is a question. This is not listed. Anger. And this is goodbye. Well, let's ask a question.
Excuse me, where might I go to find the patrician?
Well,
Don't be an idiot, boy. Just look for the palace.
Is he approachable? Can you actually speak to him?
oh yes. But he's a mean man with a word. Be careful if he uses sarcasm on you. And for heaven's sake, run for it if he resorts to irony.
Right,
let's
you are
move
then.
on.
A swamp dragon, if my eyes don't deceive me. I thought these things were filled with explosive gas. Oh, right. A swamp dragon, if my eyes don't deceive me. I thought these things were filled with explosive gas.
Yes. No. It's Eric Idle playing Rincewind. I don't think Terry Jones is involved with this.
That doesn't work.
Oh, that's
let's
annoying.
see. Wildebeest baked in a poodle's eye sauce. Newt's liver pate with pickles and cream. Ex-senior wrangler legs in garlic butter. I do hope that door gives a clear run to the latrine.
Oh my god.
Yet another bearded old wizard. So
Hello.
look, as an aged wizard, I mean, you know, as someone who's climbed to the very depths, is there any advice you feel you might like to pass on? I mean, a few words of guidance, perhaps to one who hopes to follow in your pointy footsteps?
Ah, yes. Well, young fella, my wallpaper. Well, I'd say that of all lessons in life, always learn to expect the unexpected.
But if I expect it, then it isn't unexpected.
Eh?
Well, by definition, it can't be unexpected if it actually is expected.
Quite right, my boy. Well spotted. In which case, my advice to you is to always expect the expected. Is that clear?
I expect so.
Oh, I've lost my... There we go. Cursor back to where it needs to be. I see value in asking all these people questions.
Listen, one thing I've always meant to ask, these dresses we wear, are they strictly necessary?
Eh?
The robes, lad, are symbolic of our dedication. You see, this is not so much a calling, a profession, as a condition of mind. By wearing long robes, we imply a somnambulistic state, an attitude in which we walk dreamily through this world with our minds occupied by higher things.
Higher, like, say, as high as this hat.
Well, the hat, too. Its height implies loftiness of thoughts.
Or it might imply that we should have let our mothers keep on dressing us.
What's more, it keeps young whippersnappers like you from running off.
Eh?
Would you want to walk the streets looking like a refugee from a somewhat suspicious pencil factory?
Point taken.
I've just noticed on our Facebook feed that the description came up with nothing to see here. Sorry, I just decided to have a look at some other things while that was running through. So I'm just editing it. If you see any other weird category things like that going on, like it's not saying something that's accurate regardless of the platform, it's because I haven't got the platforms to completely with one another, please, but by all means, call it out into the feed. I'm monitoring the feed. I'm monitoring everything else, not so much. But anyway, I fixed the description on the Snowgum Films Facebook now, at least. Leave that, and I just want to check YouTube now. But what I'll do is I'll get another conversation tree happening. How about that? So you guys are watching me trying to fix the stream.
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
Thanks, Danny.
So, you're the bursar. What does a bursar do exactly?
Well, it's a very important job. Accounts, expenditure, occasional bouts of irrationality, the assessment of grants.
Well, it sounds a bit, well, boring, doesn't it?
That's the job's main attraction, my surgical sock. These tenures are for life. So, since wizards are naturally extremely long-lived, that means the only way to get promoted is to assassinate your superiors. They've been popping off like mayflies around here for some seasons. Sometimes we've got, wait for it, more wazards than wizards.
They're in no danger from me. I never really thought about promotion.
Wazards, you see? Ha-ha! Oh well, my post is safe though. Who wants to claw their way up to the top only to become an accountant in a silly hat? Mark my words, folding trouser press. Survival is all a matter of identifying your proper niche. Preferably a niche well removed from anything anyone else finds desirable.
Okay, and no question for him. What if we try sarcasm, I wonder?
So you're the,
The bursar.
Oh, thank heavens. I'd hate to have forgotten the name of someone useful. Right,
Amazing.
well, don't be a stranger. Cheers.
Hey? A girl? What's a girl doing in here?
I'm not a girl.
Why are you wearing a dress?
It's a wizard's robe, not a dress.
I knew a girl's dress once. Splendid lass. Very good at pickling. Yes, very good at pickling eels, she was.
Wow, how long had the camera been down for? Oh my god. I'm doing an awesome job of this, people. Really, I am. Okay. It was always going to be a bit rocky the first time. Yeah, I'd be curious to know how many people learn about Discworld for the first time through this game. It's quite a lot of fun. Can we move
This
that way?
seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
Who's that? Senior Wrangler.
Would you believe he gets a full tenure for this? I have absolutely no desire to talk to that person at this time.
Boo. Wake them up then.
That doesn't work.
Oh, come on.
You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these.
Right, so I need the gonger. Where's the library? What do you reckon? Aha! Kitchen, library, what else have we got? Closet. I'm going to go to the closet because that's going to be a very small room and it's going to be able to fill my pockets up with all sorts of delightful things, I imagine. Like this broom! Excellent. Shelves. I'm going to need a candle or something for
That
those.
doesn't work.
Yeah, of course.
Ha! Ha ha! Yes, now, don't rush me.
Oh!
Yes, thought so. They're
Thank you.
shelves.
Thank you very much, Danny. I should also state, don't give me hints unless I ask for them, or I'm about to do something that's going to make the game impossible to complete. Don't tell me. I want to try and figure it all out for myself. Okay, nothing else here? No. Hang on. There was something else. What's that?
Let's see. Smooth, irregular, smells of paraffin. I wonder what it could be.
Well, it wasn't letting me take it. There's a library. Find that book. See the orangutan.
Ah. Let's not press this curiosity thing too far then, shall we? Actually, on close examination, this would seem to be some sort of subtropical arboreal ape.
A magical accident in the library turned the
Footnotes.
librarian into an orangutan. He has since resisted all efforts to turn him back, much preferring the handy long arms, the prehensile toes, and the right to scratch himself in public.
Hilarious.
Hello? Ooh, Egat. You're not in charge here, are you? Oh, I see. Well, that explains the filing system. Look, I don't know if you're quite the person that I want to see. Ooh, yeah, well, it's hard to explain, really. Yeah, ook, eek, ook. Yee. Well, this is wonderful. I never knew I could speak monkey.
Ooh. Yeah.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Ah, there's a book icon, because that's what I need from him. But let's
May I
see if I can ask him something
take a book
else.
from the library, please? Excuse me? I see. I need something in order to take out a book. Toothpaste? Fingers? Gloves? Something in your hand? A dentist? Halitosis? You want some mouthwash? That's it. You want some mouthwash. I'm sorry, but I'm already spoken for. Oh! A library card! Why didn't you say so in the first place? What happens if I just barge in without giving you a library card? Yes. Now look, unfortunately, I don't have one ape. Ape upon my person. Yes, upon my person. Phew. I didn't say monkey.
Ah! I'm seeing
you get the
how
number of that
the
donkey
joke's going
cot?
to work here. Excellent. All right, let's get the book. Oh.
I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Quite. Look, is there someone else here that I can speak to? Well, you know, someone who isn't a monkey. Did you get the number of that donkey cot? No, I'll come back and get a book later. Yes, I've given up. No, not gibbon, monkey. Ape! Oh, damn!
Yep.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Get all the smashes. All right. All right. I'm game.
Hi. Do you mind if I monkey about in the library for a while? Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Did you get the number of that donkey cart?
Hey, whose monkey is this? Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
There you go. We've gone through all the smashes, I believe. I don't think we did the sarcasm one. Hang on.
Hi. Do you mind if I monkey about in the library for a while?
Yeah, we did do that one. All right, so I
Did you
obviously
get the
need
number of
something
that
to
donkey
appease
cot?
him for the book.
Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs? I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so. Quite. Look, is there someone else here that I can speak to? Well, you know, someone who isn't a monkey.
All right, I need something to
get the
appease
number of
him.
that
I
donkey
reckon it's a
cot?
banana. That's just my guess.
No, I'll come back and get a book later. Yes, I've given up. No, not gibbon, monkey. Ape! Oh, damn! Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Dearie me. Okay, goodbye.
This seems like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
What have we got? Can we go down there? We can go down there. What else is in the library? Is that it?
Ye illustrious tome of levitation. Oh yes, that's levitating, all right. That doesn't work.
Boo.
Oh dear, there's little pamphlets living in it.
Can I get
That
those?
doesn't work.
No. That's odd.
Yes, I think perhaps our best move would be to keep slightly upwind of this one. Well, that and keep out of arm's reach.
Hey, buddy,
Who, me?
have you ever thought about the advantages of owning land on the Fremenwanger Peninsula?
Isn't that all underwater?
That's just its advantage, friend. Think of it, a seaside retreat where the sea can actually be the one total dominating element of the view.
Okay.
Gosh, yes. Let me take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime offer.
What, really?
Nah, only kidding. I just want it to be as pleasant as possible as a sort of aid to conversation.
Oh, but that's cruel. It's building up my hopes only to dash me down. You know, being a confidence trickster is a hard job.
Well, perhaps you need a holiday.
Right, but where to? Where to? Not a lot of peace at resorts these days.
I hear the Fremenwanger Peninsula is fairly quiet. What's that under your coat?
Hourglasses. Care to buy an hourglass?
Where did you get all of those?
Fell off the back of a donkey cart, sir.
Huh. Well, yeah, I would. How do I,
Why don't your lips sync with your words?
L space. The library is a nexus of L space. Within these shelves, all possible pasts and futures can be found. Frankly, it's making me feel a bit ill.
Right, well, don't be a stranger. Cheers.
Maybe I got to give him some cash. Let's save the game before I do that. Alright, let's call it starting out. How do I do that? Click on him, click on that, click on him.
That doesn't work.
Okay, really?
Yes, I think perhaps our best move would be to keep slightly upwind of this one. Well, that and keep out of arm's reach.
Okay. Clearly I'm not, that's not the right thing. Well, does they zap me? Does they zap me? No. Can't go that way, can't go this way. Can you go that way? No. Alright. Let's find a banana. I reckon the kitchen. Books. You reckon it's a return book? What are the chances?
Sex Magic, the book of the 32 unspeakable acts, with a compendium containing several speakable ones, and 6 more that everyone involved would rather forget about. No wonder it's on ice.
Maybe I can get that book with a broom.
Ah. Let's not press this curiosity thing too far then, shall we?
Nope.
Ah.
Yeah, not sure if it's a right mouse click or a left mouse click yet. Anyway, put that back. Go. Go. Kitchen was up? No. Left? No, I'm sure I saw something that said kitchen. It's there. That's the kitchen. Bingo. Don't see any pancake. I see a pancake. I don't see any bananas. Banana.
Excuse me, but could I ask you some questions?
Clear off! And no magic in the kitchen. One more spell goes off in this place, and I'm going to complain to the Arch-Chancellor.
Tony Robinson again?
Are you always this surly?
Not always. I even know a jolly joke.
Really?
Yes. What's ugly, hollow, and rings like a bell?
I don't know. What?
Look over there.
Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Oh, wow, that's irritating already. Yes, maybe they are banana pancakes. Let's ask.
Don't any of your pancakes get lost?
What? From here? from my frying pan. You don't seem to realize the gravity of your accusation. 27 years I've been studying to be a cook's apprentice. I've got top marks for basic flipping left hand and right, and batter stirring, pan greasing, and pancake stacking.
Oh, how many did you get for customer relations?
2%. Clear off.
Well, I'll catch you later then.
Plates? Can I get a plate?
Ah, so it was ice cream for dinner yesterday, eh? That doesn't work.
Oh. It's going to make me try and catch it, no?
Well, he's cooking food. I suppose that means we have to call him a cook.
Thanks, Rincewind. Really?
That doesn't work.
Boo. Okay. No. Anywhere else? No. Alright, so our mission at the moment is finding that bloody book. We need to appease the librarian somehow. I'm not quite sure how to do that. We don't really have a lot. Main door? Main door. What else does the world have? Oh, it's only up and down the path, okay. What else is there on offer? Ponder!
How do you open the gate?
I used the secret spell.
All right then. How do I open a gate?
Can't tell you. You're supposed to go and see the Arch-Chancellor.
Oh, go on, just open the gate.
Oh, it's more than my job's worth, mate.
Good grief! I thought the apprentices were all kept tied to stakes.
Yeah, a little frustrating.
That doesn't work.
But I grew up on Sierra adventure games. That's how I learnt how to type. Was pretty much playing those old parser games before it was a mouse that you could icon things with. They were much more frustrating.
Well, where's the doorknob then? How can you have a door this big without a knob?
No idea what the lily pond's for. That's
That doesn't work.
Maybe I can get those lollies? I can get those lollies.
That doesn't work.
Oh, come on.
What's this then? Prunes, finest quality, extra dark old bowel buster. Yuck.
Oh, the jokes.
Quite frankly, I think I'm being led up the garden path.
Can I climb that wall? Isn't that how they used to get in and out? Excellent. Wow. I can imagine that would have been normally hard to find. I stumbled across that.
New improved Wonder Grow. Grows anything. New instant formula.
Can I get it?
Nope! I can't shift it. New improved...
Yep.
That doesn't work. Sod it! Another one of those doors without handles. Tradesman's entrance, I presume. I wonder what we traded him for. Sod it! Another That doesn't...
Okay. Okay. My pleasure, K.A.
That doesn't work.
Alright, so we can't exit until we've appeased the Arch-Chancellor. We can't appease the Arch-Chancellor until we've appeased the orangutan. And we can't appease the orangutan until we got something maybe from the cook. I don't know if you'd go for pancakes. Unless they're banana pancakes. We've been in that room? We've been in that room. Is there anything we can get from that room? I'm just going to do a sweep of everything. There's the staff. Okay. Great. Let's grab that.
Long, wooden, clearly quite magical. Here! It's got a knob on the end.
Alright, so we can't get the staff without dealing with Windle first. Now, the thing is, Doc Savage, is we can't get the food, or at least I'm not manipulating it properly or something like that. I don't know. Like, so we got that, the carcass exploded, that was fun. Now when I click on the food...
That doesn't work.
I get that doesn't work, and when I click on it with the other key...
Let's see. Wildebeest baked in a poodle's eye sauce. Newt's liver pate with pickles and cream. Ex-senior wrangler legs in garlic butter. I do hope that door gives a clear run to the latrine.
Delish. No bananas. I can't go out without the staff, and I can't get the staff without appeasing Windle
A
Poons.
very, very aged old wizard with a beard used mainly for collecting tobacco stains.
Hey? A girl? What's a girl doing in here?
Okay, we've had that dialogue. So what we'll do is we'll run through all the dialogue with Windle and see if we can't get him to give us the staff.
Pickling? Oh, how fascinating.
Pickled? Who's pickled?
No one's pickled. You started it. I don't even like pickles.
What? Oh, they were wonderful pickles. How dare you cast aspersions on damn, I've lost it. What were we talking about again?
Pickles?
What's pickled? What? What do you mean?
Well, the eels were pickled, weren't they?
What? Pickled elves? Damn their ears. I told them to lock that liquor cupboard. Go on, boy, get after them.
No, pickles, not pickled.
Pickles? Or try the kitchen. Get out. Stop wasting my time.
So, what happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened. That's just the point. And now young twerps like you think they can come in here, ravish our women and steal all our pickles.
Steal? Now do I look like a thief?
My stick. They all want my magic stick. So be off with you, you dastardly overcleaner.
No, look. I don't want your wretched stick.
So it's the pickles you're after then, is it? You devilish young trouser. Well, I'm onto you, you know. I'm onto you, you young bookcase.
Now look, this is not the problem that I wanted to address.
I'll try that. I'll try that with the food. And I think I tried the broom on the gong before, Zastai.
Look, I just want to find someone who can talk a little sense.
Sense? Perfumes? Oh, I'll not have it. No, sir, I won't. Dallying with womenfolk on the premises is against the rules. Otherwise, we'd all be doing it. You young bathrobe. I have you defrocked for this.
Look, I haven't done a thing, honestly.
What? Well, how can you be a man of the world if you've never sampled the finer things in life? Women, wizard staves, pickles.
Well, if I go and do that, you said you'd defrock me.
It won't do. It just won't do. Young tweezers like you coming in here and taking off their frocks, I won't stand for it. I will. This city is getting into a fine old pickle.
Oh, please don't get started on the pickles again.
Pickles? Well, don't eat pickles if you're wearing a dress. You'll stain the hem. Why are you wearing a dress?
All right. Okay. So clearly for Windle, we need pickles. I think that is quite
This
clear
seems
now.
like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
Thank you. All right. Just wait for him to reach over again before I grab the staff. Boo. Good. It was a good idea, though. It was a very good idea. All right, let's try the old broom on there.
That doesn't work.
It really should, though.
You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these.
Yeah. Did you? No, I don't have the luggage yet. Let's go see. Let's go see if I can grab it. Didn't really allow me though, I don't think. Was there anything else along here? That was the Arch Chancellor's office, but there's nothing this way. No, okay.
Nope, I can't shift it. A snoring chest? That's novel. Well, I'll soon fix that.
So, no hints if you've played the game before. Alright. Get at it. Wow. That's precisely where I would expect to find a banana. Banana! Well, there we bloody go. Okay. Let's go give it to the librarian. Me too. Why can't you pet him? Who's a good drunk? Who's a good drunk? You are? Yes, you are. Oh. Oh, that's not the library. Where's the library? Did I just pass the library? Library. Oh, I haven't looked at that statue yet. I must do that. And get a banana.
Excuse me, my dear sir. Could you get me a tome called Featherwinkle's Concise Compendium of Dragon's Lairs?
Hurrah! Alright. It does. I can put all manner of items in that. It's like, what amuses me in adventure games is used to always carry around so many items. And here we have an adventure game that's actually rigged up to support the idea that you can carry as many items as you like. I love it. Love it. Alrighty, let's get this book to the Arch Chancellor. And he'll no doubt let us out of the university.
Excellent. Good lad, Breakwind.
Rincewind, sir.
Ah, we now have the formula to construct Reclamento's never-failing Dragon's Lair revealer. With the device in our hands, we'll be able to track the creature and trap it like a wildebeest.
You mean like a rat, sir?
Really? Well, could be. That'd be easier, certainly. You've got a good firm grasp of facts. I like that in a wizard. Go forth and fetch the elements we need to construct this device. I'll see that your performance is brought to the attention of the university board when we review your grant next year. We may only halve it, for example.
Sir, have I ever told you of my ambition to be a yak?
It can be arranged, Rincewind. Just ask the librarian. Now, gonna move on. We need a staff of tumultuous termaturgy, a spiral of never-failing induction, a miniature creature of excitable chitters, and a container made of the strongest ferrous metal.
Oh, is that all?
Well, a sample of breath from the subject in question is necessary.
Dragon's breath?
Yes. Any problems with that? No? Good. Well, don't just stand there. Off you go.
Well, all of that sounds infinitely easy to do, doesn't it?
No? Good. Well, don't just stand there.
Alright. Okay, back in there. And back through here. Okay, I think I've just spotted Mixar's problem. Just give me one moment. I just want to solve that. It's just giving me no ability to change. Oh, edit your description. How are we all doing anyway? All still following along. This is dense. Thank you. Oi. The video feed drops out occasionally as a consequence of using a DSLR. It has a setting which automatically turns it off, unlike a webcam, so I just got to turn it back off there again. On there again. There's absolutely no way of changing it. There it is. Oh. Save. Okay. I've learned a thing. Back to the game. Alright, where were we? Okay. Hey, do me a favour, now that we've just taken that little break, if you're on a platform and you're watching us and you're not already a member, hit that like button, whack subscribe, do the follow thing. Really appreciate it. The more viewership we can get with this thing, the more it's worth doing it in the future. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Alright. Moving on. So, we've got the book, and we've been told a whole heap of nonsense that we need. We haven't been given anything else, though. Maybe the librarian, or maybe the wizards might be able to help me out with some of that itemage. Oh, that's interesting. Some more dialogue boxes have come up.
Excuse me, where might I go to find the patrician?
Well,
Don't be an
Is he approach?
oh, be careful.
Sorry, just cutting through that because we've already done that dialogue. But this is interesting.
Look, does anyone know why this luggage keeps following me?
Ah, That's sapient pearwood, that luggage is. There's no getting rid of it. It'll follow you everywhere.
Sapient pearwood?
They once used it to make containers for grave goods. I suppose someone hoped that you really could take it with you. The chest is in fact the luggage. The luggage is made of sapient pearwood, and once it attaches itself to somebody, it will follow that person everywhere. Just like a little puppy. It is like a runaway suitcase, albeit one with lots of little pink legs. In this game, the luggage is a convenient storage device. Not to mention a convenient homicidal maniac, should one be required.
Amazing. Okay, that was unhelpful.
What? Excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
Thank you, Hellbound Ort. Nothing new there either. And
Right, well, don't be a stranger. Cheers.
pickles. We knew that we needed pickles next, and that was from the kitchen, I presume. Yeah, right? Oh my god, are you kidding me? They weren't there before, right? Those bananas? Please tell me those bananas weren't there before. That's frustrating. Okay, so it looks like we've got an infinite supply of bananas now.
Excuse me, but could I ask you some questions?
Clear off! And no magic in the kitchen. One more spell goes off in this place, and I'm going to complain to the Arch-Chancellor.
Alright. Let's be sarcastic.
Well, that's a fine skill to have. Your parents must be very proud of you.
Actually, I was going to become a wizard, but they found out my parents were married.
Well, I'll catch you later then.
Ah. Not sure what the librarian's going to help us with here, but why not give him a banana? It is Tony Robinson's voice. Maybe I should have asked for something first.
Hey there, old mollusk. What can you tell me about L-space? Yeah. Yeah, I see, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, I see. So what you're saying is that L-space is a means of time travel available only to librarians, which is essentially too complex a subject to convey with hand gestures and grunts. Yes, I thought so. But look, if I did have to go into L-space, say, to go back to another time, you could help me?
L-space is the distortion of space caused by big collections of books. Just picture some of those old second-hand bookshops, which look like they were designed by Isha on a bad day. They invariably have more staircases than stories, and rows of shelves that end in little doors, which are surely too small for humans to enter. This distortion of space has a similar inevitable effect on time.
Okay.
This seems like a good cue to...
What do you reckon we got to do with this guy?
Hey, buddy,
Who, me?
have you ever thought about the advantages of owning land on the Fremen-Wanger Peninsula?
Isn't that all?
That's
We've done all
Right.
that dialogue. And he's got nothing new.
Yes, well, that and keep it...
It's weird that we can't give him money, because that's seemingly what he's doing. Maybe we can give him a book?
That doesn't work.
Uh,
Yes, I think perhaps our best move would be to keep slightly upwind of this one. Well, that and keep...
yeah,
That doesn't work.
yeah.
That doesn't work.
Oh my gosh. What else is in the luggage? Nothing. Can we get the luggage to stick him? No. I feel this is going to become important later. Maybe I've got to return the book.
That doesn't work. Actually, on close examination, this would seem to be some sort of subtropical arboreal ape.
Yeah.
A magical he has sent.
Book bin. Good point.
That doesn't work. Sex magic. The
That's
book of
not
the
the book bin.
32 unspeakable acts, with a compendium
there isn't really a
containing
book bin, is
several
there?
speakable ones, and 6 more that everyone involved would rather forget about. No wonder it's on ice. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh. Well, this one's not a statue. I think this one used to be a frog out in the garden. Ah, well, he never should have asked to be turned into a handsome plinth.
Oh, dude. See, there's that shape. I want...
Let's see. Smooth, irregular, smells of paraffin. I wonder what it could be.
Can I get it,
That
please?
doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Like, it's a lamp, surely, right? But it's not going to give me it. There's nothing else. That's really frustrating.
That doesn't work.
Like,
Let's see. Smooth, irregular, smells of paraffin. I wonder what it could be.
okay. Yes, it's a lamp. I can't grab it. It's not letting me grab the lamp. I can't turn on the lamp. I've only got 2 buttons, and it's either that doesn't work or it describes to me what a lamp is.
That doesn't work.
I can't even. I
What's
don't
this
even
then?
know where carrot
Prunes,
is.
finest quality, extra dark old bowel buster. Yuck.
Maybe the Arch Chancellor's opened the door for us. Maybe we can exit now.
Well, where's the doorknob then? How can you have a door this big without a knob?
That's a good point. I will try the fire from the main door. That's a very good point. Not manipulatable though. Let's try the kitchen. Yeah, I reckon we need to light the lamp. I agree, there should be a box of matches or something somewhere. Where those matches are, though, is anybody's guess.
That doesn't work.
Oh, your face doesn't work.
Ah, so it was ice cream for dinner yesterday, eh? Well, he's cooking food. I suppose that means we have to call him a cook.
I'm gonna get another banana while I'm here.
Actually, I'd always pictured bananas as being a healthier kind of yellow. That doesn't work.
Pickles, right?
That doesn't work. Let's see. Smooth, irregular, smells of paraffin. I wonder what it could be. That doesn't work.
Oh my god. I'll try this outdoor side door again. Why could I not do that before? And by the way, what is it? Fertilizer. Maybe I can make that blow up?
That doesn't work. Sod it! Another one of those doors without handles. Tradesman's entrance, I presume. I wonder what we traded him for.
There was a description in the closet. I don't know what you mean. Why would there be a description in the closet? Heading back to room 7A. Yeah, it's weird they didn't list that anywhere.
This sodding thing hasn't got a doorknob. Yes, it's definitely an open wardrobe. A fine example, if I may say so. That doesn't work. I really must do some heavy research into this bed. 8 or 9 solid hours should be sufficient.
Oh my god. Ah. It's not the way, okay. Maybe there's something more in the Arch Chancellor's room? There's curtains everywhere. That tells me they're important. The word in the right-hand screen of the closet was just shapes.
Golden thingamies. It must be good to be the Arch-Chancellor. That doesn't work.
Maybe I'll try having just a dialogue with
There's
him.
work to be done. No time for idle chatter.
Well, sorry. As if I can help who supplies my voice. Say no more.
Say no more! There's a bit of a...
As far as leaders go, the only
reference?
reason I'd follow him into battle is out of curiosity.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So, it's shelves, sorry.
That doesn't work.
And I can't really do much there.
Yes, now, don't rush me.
Okay, it didn't do that
Ow!
before.
Yes, thought so. They're shelves.
And there's no other shelf there. That's me, okay. Alright, so the Arch-Chancellor's door has a knob. I'll head back there. There's no knob. Where's the knob? There's no knob here. No knob!
Why is the librarian a monkey? Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
Make the use
He's
of
not
that animation, eh?
one of them. He's an orangutan.
But it's the same thing! Did you get the number of that donkey cot?
The actual orangutan is one of the great apes, an arboreal denizen of the subtropical rainforest. If you ever want to go far in life, you must learn the value of proper nomenclature.
Nomenclature? But what's the difference between calling him an orangutan or a monkey?
In general terms, the difference is whether you keep your teeth in your head or in your hat.
But how did it happen? I mean, should we really let arboreal subtropical fauna be the guardians of a major national library?
Oh. Well, he was human once, of course.
What? Really?
All part of a magical accident. Very tragic, you see, but there it is.
Very embarrassing, seeing him scratch himself in the reference section.
Doesn't he want to be turned back into a human?
Nope.
Ha! Says he likes the long arms, the prehensile toes, and the right to scratch himself in the reference section.
I say he just likes running around loose, not wearing trousers. I mean, I would.
Okay. Alright, that's all very unhelpful.
Right, you are then.
Alright, now Deb said something about left-hand side. Door on the left-hand side. Where? What room are you seeing this left-hand side door in? Deb? Nah. You don't mean the outside door, do you? Oh, there's nothing in the kitchen. No, I didn't. Oh, let's go find out. Oops. There is a way you can close that door. Hang on. Oh. Yes, it has a doorknob. However, you can't do anything with it. It's just a doorknob. Ah, you mean the oh, I wonder what it looks like in your chat. On yeah, you meant the doorknob in the chat. Okay, that's cool. Nope. So frustrating.
Would you believe he gets a full tenure for this?
Yeah, so perfect timing for your text to come up. We have the Windlepoons. And he wants... What he wants...
A very, very aged
pickles.
old wizard with a beard used mainly for collecting tobacco stains.
Hey! A girl! What?
We've done that. And we've gone through all of these, and pretty much it's just pickles.
This seems like a
Everything's
good cue to
pickles.
cease this whole silly conversation.
Swap the star for the broom is genius. Oh my god. Yeah, look, it's fair to say I would never have got that. Would never have got that. So, thank you.
That doesn't work. You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these.
Then try ringing it.
You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these. That doesn't work.
Are you kidding me?
That doesn't work.
What?
That doesn't work. You know, I've always wanted to ring one of these.
Okay. Do I got to give it to the senior wrangler?
I have absolutely no desire to talk to that person at this time. Would you believe he gets a full tenure for this? That doesn't
Are you
work.
serious? Okay. Maybe it's for the front door? I mean the gate? On the lamp. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try the lamp first, and then the front door. We do not have a frog. Though there's a pond. We don't need a frog yet. No, not you. Luggage.
That doesn't work. Let's see. Smooth, irregular, smells of paraffin. I wonder what it could be.
Sorry to say, Alex, does not work. Let's try the front door. That's not... Maybe there's a
Well, where's the
glitch.
doorknob then? How can you have a door this big without a knob? Well, where's the doorknob then?
Yeah, okay.
How do you open the gate?
They've changed the wasp names. The hand wriggles. It's a whole new spell.
So show me the new spell.
Can't. The spell's a secret.
The hand wriggles, please.
Yeah, right. Look, you just wiggle them like this.
Like this.
Yes, almost. Now try it like that.
There's your
Like
frog
this.
dead.
Right you are, son. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'd like a nice lie down.
But what about the gate? Aren't you going to guard it?
Oh, who gives them monkeys? Did you get the number of that donkey cart?
Hilarious.
Well, I'll catch you later then.
I thought he was going to have a lie down. Put him in the luggage. Luggage! Oh my gosh. Okay. And the door's still not open. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, we have a frog now. What?
Bisected by the River Ankh, the city of Ankh-Morpork is the oldest existing city on the Discworld. It is really two cities. Proud Ankh, turnwise of the river, and pestilent Morpork on the Widdershin side. Although the pestilence is quite democratic and in fact covers most of the city, it is said that all roads lead to Ankh-Morpork. But this is in fact incorrect. The truth is that all roads lead away from Ankh-Morpork.
Amazing. Okay, so we're out of the university. We've got the palace. We've got the square. We've got the shades. We've got the park, and that's pretty much all we can click on at this point in time. Let's just go to the square. Oh, it's cute. And there's a whole bunch new bits of dialogue to get through. Isn't that delightful? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call that a day. Thank you very much for joining me today. That's pretty much almost 3 hours. That's not too bad an effort. Thank you very much for your assistance in helping me and explore this piece of Terry Pratchett's Discworld that I have hitherto not explored yet. Thoroughly enjoyed the game. Can't wait to continue. So let's call it same time next week if you're up for it. If you did enjoy it, slap that like button, subscribe or follow or whatever it is on the platform that you're on. Now, if you really want to support me, head over to the Patreon page. That's patreon.com/snowgumfilms. And with the money that I earn there, I make films. That's basically all there is to it. Thank you very much for your support. And I'll see you all on the flip side.